money white Bordeaux wine you will be tasting. Hi my audiophile, welcome back to Fine Wines Tasting Channel, and today we are going to taste a white wine from Bordeaux, from the region of Pessac-Léognan. And the winery we're going to taste is from this guy called Gazin Rocquencourt Pessac-Léognan. Now this winery has been around since the 1400s, but today it's managed by the Bonny family, who also runs the Grand Cru Classé of Malartic-Lagravière. So if you know Pessac-Léognan, they are famous for their whites and their reds, and Grand Cru Classé level from this Bonny family, from this Malartic-Lagravière. But when they purchase this winery, that is where they put their Grand Cru Classé efforts to make this white Bordeaux wine. So how is it going to taste? Now first of all, Pessac-Léognan is famous for their whites made from Sauvignon Blanc and Semillon. Now today, this wine over here is made from 100% Sauvignon Blanc. Now this grape varietal is basically a very aromatic grape varietal, and one of the signature aromas for this grape is that it will give that herbaceous notes. So if you are a vegetarian, you are a vegan, this wine is for you, because, well, you eat your veggies, now you can drink veggies also. Hey, sounds good, right? So now, another thing about the fruit profile is that depending on where it's grown, it can give you that passion fruit character. It can also give you, depending if it's grown from a very ripe vintage, it can give you a bit of pineapple, a little bit of mango. Cooler vintages, you might get a little bit of that citrus fruit profile. So how does this wine taste? Let's take a look. How this wine will taste. This is my early morning breakfast. Because we're going to run a WSET early in the morning. This is one of the wines that we're going to showcase. Hey. Okay, so how does this? Wow, look at the color. So what you're going to do is we are going to use the WSET Level 2 lexicon to go through this wine. So as you look at the color, now on the color, I would say this wine is a lemon color. Lemon color with the intensity. Let's see. Now, intensity for whites is something that you need to compare between the core and the rim. So if you notice over here that the rim, if I zoom in over here, let me see if you can see the color closer. So if you see the rim, this one, the rim, and you compare the color with the core, the rim is very colorless. So because the rim is very colorless, compare with the core, you see the center of the glass, that's where the wine is lemon and the tip is colorless, hence this is a pale. So color is lemon, intensity is pale. Pale lemon. Now, this is a 2023 vintage. Now, the 2023 vintage, it was kind of a little bit of the average cool style of wine that's being made in Bordeaux. So on the color, you can see that this wine is on the lemon side. But what I want to focus is that this wine, the intensity of this wine looks a little bit on the heavier side. So that tells you that the wine is quite concentrated. So how does this wine smell? Nose intensity. This is a pronounced nose. very pronounced nose from Bordeaux. Let me swirl this wine. Nose intensity here is pronounced. So let's fish out the fruit. Now for white, you can only use the 4 lexicon aroma groups, which is your citrus, your green fruit, your stone fruit, and your tropical. So how does this wine sniffs out like? Oh, it smells grapefruit. So grapefruit is on the citrus. Lemon smells like lemon oil. Wow. You know those oil, those essential oil, those very heavy oils. So very heavy lemon aromas. Just nice. I'm wearing a lemon shirt today. Okay, so getting a bit of that passion fruit in this wine. So mostly from a little bit from the citrus and the tropical side. Any others? Let me smell, let me fish out any other aromas. Yes, can I smell the herbaceousness? Yes, there is herbaceousness, yeah? There's a bit of that green aromas. Now your lexicon over here, under herbaceous, you got bell pepper, you get grass, you got tomato, you have got asparagus. But over here, if I were to put a note, it smells more like tomato leaves to me, yeah? Tomato leaves. I don't get any spices in this wine. I don't get any over ripeness. But I do get a little bit of the wet rocks. So that's under others. Wet rocks. Something, you know, like you go to a waterfall. You go to the waterfall, the water just hitting on the rocks. That kind of aromas, huh? Yeah, it smells like a waterfall. Wet rocks, wet stones. Now oak. Now let's fish out the oak. Now this wine was aged in 30% new oak. 30% new oak. So definitely there's oak, but can we fish out the oak aromas? So over here I'm getting a bit of that charred wood, vanilla. Now this wine smells a bit like it has gone through some lees aging. Smells a little bit of that cheesy side. Oh, this is definitely a very complex wine. So how does it taste? Let's have a taste. So this wine over here, the acid for this wine definitely is high, huh? You can feel, I can feel that salivation that's dripping out. Wow. And it's still dripping. And it's still dripping. Definitely a high acid wine. Definitely a high acid wine, huh? Alcohol, I'll give this a medium. 13%, huh? Alcohol is 13%. Body for this wine, I'll put this as a medium body. Flavor intensity, right now, the flavor intensity over here. Now on the aromas is very pronounced. However, on the palate, I'll give it a medium. I'll give it as a medium. So as you know, Sauvignon Blanc is a very aromatic grape varietal, but on the palate, the flavor. Maybe because it's coming from a cooler vintage of 2023, the fruits are not that ripe, but I'm getting a little bit of, on the medium intensity, medium intensity wine. Now, body for this wine, I'll give it as a medium bodied, so medium bodied, medium intensity. And the finishing for this wine, so the wine flavor has stopped, so I will give this a medium plus, medium to long finish. It didn't give me a 1 minute sensation, 1 minute lingering sensation. So this wine over here, well, good effort. This wine over here, it has balance, it has no length, it has intensity, it has complexity. So 3 upon 4. Based on WSET Blick, this is a 3 upon 4. This is a very good wine. A very good wine. So for below $60 for a very good quality wine that is very aromatic, I think this is a value for money. I mean, if you want to go for a much fruiter flavor, longer finish, I think this one you will need to go for a higher level, a Grand Cru Classe level style of wine. So very good effort from Gazin Rocquencourt, and I would say this wine, it really shows the characteristics of a Sauvignon Blanc. So if you'd like to give this a try, if you're thinking, wow, I'm scared of New Zealand wine. New Zealand wines is all about kiwis, about Sauvignon Blanc. This wine is something that you can try because this is a wine that is aged in oak barrels. Right, so give this a try. I'll see you soon in the next tasting, everyone. Okay, take care. Bye bye.